How do you do? Welcome, one and all, to the mystery, the land, the darkness, the claustrophobia, the severe lack of anglerfish. Didn't know that was a requirement, but it is. Need an absolute lack of angler fucking fish. That's right.
The underscore insane
The underscore.
gifters gift subcontinue.
I killed the audio. Eldritch has resubscribed. CJ underscore the underscore insane underscore gifters gift sub continues with Eldritch's gratitude. Good evening, Samza. Welcome. New things, old things. Old things that we're going to categorize as nude things to draw in those young, fresh eyes. Dwarf Fortress. All right. I got just the new version of Lazy New Pack. We were like 2 or 3 updates behind. And I'm going to tell you the truth, I barely was able to get it to update and transfer over the music correctly. As a matter of fact, right now it's not even entirely playing. This is me doing Simon Swer's playlist real quick. I'm hoping the music will pick up in the middle of the game. If not, that might not have even transferred right. Which means the bass is basically gone. Which seems to happen to the majority of my basses and is not a good thing. One of these days, I will stick with the bass. You know, possibly. So, we're going to have to create a new world. We're going to need 3 new shticks because I had a lot of papers and I don't know which paper the shticks list was on. I know at some point we had 2, I don't know, meta ideas. I don't know what we should call these ideas. 2 defining features of the next base was already determined, but I don't know what paper that was on. So we're just going to have to do it fresh. Goodbye, bases. The files are still there. If someone's wanting me to upload it, it's just if I wasn't going to figure out how to transfer it to the new version and get things working right. Because it always seems to crash on me whenever I try updating mid-base. Is that black screen on Dwarf Fortress? Huh? Blue and red. Yeah, no, there were like not a Dwarf Fortress update. There were 3 Lazy New Pack updates. And a bunch of them seem to be affecting the graphics and other things. And we were having an issue getting Armok Vision to work. So I figured maybe if I just downloaded a new, fresh version without transferring a file over or anything, if that would just work. So we could fix Armok Vision. If it still doesn't work, I don't fucking know. I think I might be the only one that doesn't get that to work. Back. Super fresh. I'm ready for another fort to put together a whole new swim team. Yes. So this is what we will be doing. We are back. We are here. We are already recording. Now, a few changes are going to be made. Normally, as usual, as I've put out a few times, I would be going to midnight. I'm going to not be going to midnight. I'm probably going to be stopping about 6 hours from now at around 10. Mostly so I can reduce the total times of these 2 streams so I can put in a 3rd stream so it's easier for me to start putting things back on YouTube again. I might not stick with it. It might not be a good idea, but just so everyone's all on the same page. Just to make that clear, of course, unless something happens, we go a bit late. Now that there's actually a slight excess wiggle room, because by the end of 8 hours, nothing I'm saying makes any sense. Yes, we must make a new realm. All right, off the bat, if we make a thought of it, you know what I would like? I would like to, we got to find a map. I would like to have a map where it's U-shaped, like we're in a mountain and there's only one easy way in. Now, that doesn't really work too well because Dwarf Fortress is 3-dimensional. That's more of a rimworld thing. But I'd like to maybe have something partly outside, but still be enclosed by the mountain. On this screen, I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything to do that. I could try entering advanced parameters. You guys give me seeds in chat. While I'm working on the other settings, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds. Put it in chat, seed, colon, or comma, and then what the seed is. And I'll just go with the first 4 going down. You can't do double posts, to be clear. What would be decent? I'm not going to cull. I know for a fact, as usual, I'm gonna be the little kid, and I'm gonna reduce the lichens just because I don't like them. The attack population requirement is defaulting to 50. Actually, that's higher than I thought it was. I thought Werebeast's attack population requirement was up in the 60s or so. If it's 50, I'll allow it. I'm just going to change the exported wealth requirement up to as high as this thing will let me put it. Like how if you hit in, it does none, though. That's neat. I don't want to ever have my wealth be the determining factor for the lichens. The attack created wealth requirement. Again, no. Looks like there's a hard limit of 1 million. Can't go higher than that, unfortunately. No matter how many times I tell it to generate divine materials, I never seem to find any. I think it's more of an adventurer thing. Let me go entering mod view before I have to. Ooh, nice. Dance. The gang is gathering. Did we turn were creature types to 0? No, I shouldn't be reducing the amount of types. I just want to not get attacked as often, which I think we've done, i.e. they will not attack until we have 50 people. We'll go with that. I think we're gonna allow everything else by default. I just kind of want to do a slight tweak up to the mountains. Minimum final, I'm gonna say minimum 3 mountain regions. Minimum, get that going. I'm not too worried about the others. And every time I screw around with the layers, we get flat worlds. I always screw up the layers. So I'm not going to change any of that either. We should be good with this. I'm going to say done. I don't know what I just did. Can I save this somewhere? Probably should have done like a new. Is there a way to have done it? Oh, wait, no, I never did any seeds. No one told me seeds. Yeah, you guys never gave me seed names. I think I saved it. If I hit enter again. Hold on, let me confirm that the other thing got changed. Because if you don't, I'm going to start fucking throwing in weird words on my own. Okay, so it did save what I did. Seed. Ooze, all werewolves. I'm assuming you're going to want the P in there. I'm assuming Hellfire Skyrim, you want P. So I will put in Hellfire Skyrim's P for him. Oops. All werewolves. Oops, all werewolves. Yes. Well, we name one of the seeds Wiggly Wang. Okay. Wiggly Wang is done. The name seed is Send in the Clowns. Send in the Clowns. And the creature seed is Hellfire Always Wants the P. I think we're missing one seed, guys. Unless I'm missing it. You know what? I'll put the seed in myself because we have an exclamation mark. We're going to say the creature seed is Dances. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Dance. Dane? Dance. There we go. We'll go with that. Escape. Save it. Jesus, a little loud. But that does mean the other music is going. And if their music has taken over, I don't need Simon Swerve, fantastic Dwarf Fortress musician. I don't need him playing from the secondary computer. So, yeah, no, it was slightly loud. Real quick, while this game is generating a world, the latest Harry Potter movie is shit. I might be overselling it, but if any of you have watched me long enough, I suspect I've started to rub off on quite a lot of you. And you can maybe identify story tropes as they're happening. You understand the words, the Chekhov's gun, you know, things that are going to be happy. Like you see this, you know that. You see that, you know this. Things that are going. That movie followed nothing. I have never seen so many genres of movie crammed together, and none of it made any sense. None of it made any sense. Here's the thing. New World Generation, nice. Welcome, DV Music. Just the latest one. Like, it's not even technically a Harry Potter movie. It's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Secrets of Dumbledore. So it's the third movie in a new trilogy, which is a side story. So it's part of the universe, but it's not, there's no Harry Potter in it. First of all, there's no Secrets of Dumbledore. The title of the movie is The Secrets of Dumbledore. There's nothing revealed. There is nothing. You can't have a title that doesn't involve the movie. I can't title one of these streams That Time I Murdered a Guy, and then at the end of the stream be like, oh yeah, I guess I never told you. Oh well. No, if it's in the title, you don't have to name drop. You don't have to actually title drop. You can't be like, this is a secret of Dumbledore. But you've got to have something. Didn't happen. Didn't fucking happen. The whole plot of the movie, fucking mute for 5 minutes if you're about to get spoiled on this shit. The whole plot of the movie is they were saving a magical deer. What? The whole plot of the movie is they're gonna fucking Ocean's 13 a magical fucking deer. And then the whole plot of the movie revolves around nobody knows what the fuck Ocean's 13 is, nor does anyone know what the fuck the magical deer is. Yeah, like anything that would supposedly be new, they've already gone into before. This is what drove me crazy. All right, here's the plot of the movie. There is a magical deer called a weird name. The beginning of the movie, main character, not botanist, I forget the word is for an animal, Xeno dude, is like, oh, look at this adult deer giving birth. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna help it give birth. And a bunch of evil wizards like, pew, 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 pew. We're gonna kill everything. For whatever reason, they kill the mama deer. And then they kidnap the baby. And they piss the fuck off. And then it's revealed there were twins. First of all, there aren't twins. It's a mammalian creature. They have litters. There should have been like 8 of them. The fucking fact that they were surprised there was a second mammalian creature birth in an herbivore is fucking stupid to begin with. Like, oh my God, that's the big plot near the end. Was there a second one? I don't know. If someone asked me, this deer gave birth, do you think there was a second one? I'm like, yeah, there was a second, there was a third, a fourth, a fifth. There's tons of the little bastards. This isn't fucking Bambi. Oh. So first of all, just glossing over the crazy, absurd possibility that an herbivorous creature had more than one baby in one go. Fucking baffling. The idea is this magical deer can see the future. Or something, because that never came up. Who cares about that? Literally, it's stated as one of the deer's powers. Nothing happens. Like if this mama deer could see the future, you'd think she wouldn't have given birth there. Maybe, because she's dead now. If I could see the future, I probably shouldn't go there. But no. So they have that power, doesn't matter. Secondary effect of the magical deer is he can tell who's got the pure heart. He can look into your very soul and read the purity. And they kneel in front of the pure people. Okay. Coolio. Why is this important? Because apparently the wizarding world is smart enough to go, you know what, who should lead us? Only the people with the purest of hearts. So if we're going to have a super magical wizard king and give him one piece or some shit, we better make sure he's pure. But we're not going to capture these things and raise them as like a government thing to identify the pure people. No, no, no. This is going to be a legendary creature out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And then if someone happens to bring it in during the Wizard King election and it kneels before him, then we know he's king. Sure, whatever. There are 2 people running for king or something. Why? Because Germany said so. They leave England, Magic Land, to go to Germany, and Germany's like, we're Berlin right now. We're like divided or some shit, and there's 2 people going for Wizard King, but there's also this dude who keeps committing genocide against all the humans. We, as the German representatives, we get to unilaterally declare that this genocidal maniac is not guilty of committing genocide. Huzzah. And we are immediately instating him as the third political candidate because this is a movie about magic and we're going to do politics. Huzzah. And the genocidal maniac, throughout the course of the movie, he got that first baby deer and he just kills it. He's like, haha, I killed the baby deer. And then fucking like weeks and months later, like a couple days, I don't know how fucking long time passed in this movie. It seemed like it was a lot longer. Fucking, he's like, I'm gonna res you at necromancy. Ha ha ha, necromancy. Which is not a thing you can fucking do in the movie, not the way he does it, but whatever, he does it. Then at the end of the fucking movie, this is all, by the way, just his little fucking part of this plot. He gets the clearly dead and rotting deer to kneel in front of him, and everyone goes, holy shit. He's our king. The deer, it recognized his pure heart while he's calling for the genocide of millions of people. We trust the deer. By the way, he brought the deer. Fucking magic Hitler just brings forth magic. You can trust this ghost that can never lie. And it definitely looks like it's been necromatized. And it kneels to him. Let's not look into that, guys. Holy shit. Fucking Harry Potter Hitler here's got the purest heart. He should be king. What? How fucking... Either there is necromancy or there isn't necromancy. And if there isn't necromancy, I could see you kind of believing it. But I would definitely be like, what the fuck is wrong with that deer? Also, why does it look dead? Two, if necromancy is a thing and the guy calling for genocide is the one supplying the deer and the deer looks dead, I'd probably go, hey, you know what? Something weird has happened with that deer. I don't think I'd trust that deer. So they reveal, they go, oh, that deer is dead. And because you told the deer is dead, the deer dies. And then they bring out the correct deer and they go, this is the true king determining magic deer. And the deer kneels to Dumbledore. Oh my God, he's pure of heart. Does he get to be Wizard King? No, because Dumbledore goes, thanks, but no thanks. Give it to someone else. So the deer just meanders off and kneels in front of someone else. One of the other two candidates. So first of all, kind of fucking lucky that apparently the super rare person with the pure of heart, you can have more than one in a generation, even though the thing is supposed to be there's only one, you can have two of them. And isn't it lucky that the second one is one of the other two candidates that we never met instead of anyone else there? Like, you are so fucking lucky that bitch was pure of heart. If that other bitch didn't have pure heart, what was the plan? What was the plan? The deer knelt in front of Dumbledore. He's got to be fucking Wizard King. Give him one piece. Give him a whole fucking crew. None of it made any sense. And then the whole time they went there, no one was following any math. They had one magical suitcase. We're going to call it a bag of holding, okay? D&D rules here. They had one magical suitcase. That's a bag of holding. Lady takes the bag of holding, goes to some random fucking leather worker and is like, yo, I need 6 more bags of holding, but I want them to look like the suitcase. She doesn't say bag of holding. She says the inside doesn't matter, and she won't let him look inside because they don't want to spoil that it's a bag of holding. So she's like, you get to see the outside of this. I want copies of these in like 2 days, and then leaves with the fucking suitcase. The dude only saw 3 sides. How the fuck is he supposed to know what it looks like all the way around? But whatever, he fucking does it. So he apparently makes 6 of these bags of holding. But remember, he's not making them magical. He's just making the suitcases. You would be thinking, okay, they're going to go in there with 6 copies of the suitcase, and you don't know which one's the bag of holding with the deer in it. This fucking Monte Carlo, 3 fucking card. Yo, we got this. Okay, the plot makes sense. But they get there, and people start getting caught, and it turns out every suitcase is a bag of holding. They open up the suitcases, and there's like fucking cookies and shit, and the cookies come out. And it's like, oh, you fell for the trap. That was the wrong suitcase. If you could just make them a bag of holding, why did you make them look like suitcases? Every fucking bad wizard would have gone for the one with the suitcase, and you could have some random asshole just come up with anything that's not a suitcase and it have the deer in it. Why the fuck are they all a suitcase? That almost defeats the purpose of them being magical bags of holding. Make them all be some stupid fucking different thing so no one knows that you're bringing in a deer. Also, they made 6. They started with 1. Guess how many bags of holding there were? Did you say 7? You fucking idiot. There were 5. Who the fuck knows what happened to the other 2? They made a big point about, I need 6 more of these, and they only used 5. No fucking clue why, but that's the way they did it. The whole thing is setting up that there's a fucking human. He's a muggle. He's a recurring character from the previous movies, and they're like, he's so pure, he's a good man. Now, it would have been a perfect fucking ending. It would have made sense if the whole point of this to prove fucking Harry Hitler is a bad guy if the deer knelt in front of the muggle. Holy shit. They can be pure of heart. They did everything the entire movie going, you're so pure. You're so pure. You're better than regular men, Mr. Normal McNon-Magic Pants. It never kneels before him. He's not part of the fucking ending. He's just there to fucking be there, I guess. Why was he there? No one knows. No one fucking knows. He goes to grab one of the fucking magical bags of holding, and Dumbledore's like, no, not that one. You grab this one. So that means someone knows where the deer is. Like, the idea was that it was all random. You've just told someone not to grab that one, implying to everyone in the group that the one he was gonna grab had the fucking deer in it, meaning you've ruined the whole fucking point of no one knowing who has the deer. You fucked it. You fucked it from step 1. So he gets this other fucking suitcase. Maybe it's a double bluff. Nope, didn't have a deer in it. He gives him a fucking wand. Can it do magic? Nope, can't fucking do magic. Why did he give it to him? So that he could go in front of the evil wizard earlier in the movie and hold it up and everyone go, assassin! That muggle's gonna cast the magic and kill the bad guy. Send him to jail. Except for it doesn't make sense. You can't be a guy who can't do magic and also be guilty of trying to do magic to kill someone. You can't do them. You can't go to a blind dude and be like, there's the fucking sniper. There's the dude who takes everyone out from miles away with no way to see them. Like, if he can't do it, he can't fucking do it. Why the fuck? Oh, they said he was bad. He must have been doing the magic. Then why are you calling him a muggle? Shouldn't it be evil wizard? No, because he's a muggle, and that means you can't do magic. That's how you know they're evil. The fuck are you talking about? You've already proven he didn't do it. I swear to God, everyone in the movie, absolutely dumb. Absolutely dumb. They're like the one main character that seemed to know what he was doing was like the main character, the magical animal dude. Fucking, I'm forgetting his name right now. He's the only one that seemed to know what he was doing, but he wasn't part of the plot. None of the plot, like, really involved him? So why was he there? I don't fucking know. None of it made sense. Yeah, the jean pocket's not a bag of holding. Yeah, no, like, why are they all fucking suitcases? None of it makes any sense. One of the people that worked for Dumbledore was like, I want you to go to the bad guy and tell him I want him to stop. Okay. So Dumbledore's dude walks to the bad guy and is like, hey, apparently we all know exactly where you are because I'm here. Fuck it. And Dumbledore wanted me to tell you a message. Fucking stop, please. That'd be kind of nice if you could not do the genocide. So the bad guy looks behind him at this chick who can read minds and shit. And he's like, is he telling the truth? Did Dumbledore send him to tell me to stop? She's like, yes, Dumbledore did send him to tell you to stop. But also there's more. Oh shit, is he a secret assassin or something? No, the other thought he has is he doesn't like the bad guy because the bad guy killed his sister or something. So the bad guy was like, oh, I see. Well, I'm so fucking sorry about that. Let me just lobotomize you? And he just slowly puts his wand up to the dude's head and draws out all the memories of the sister and then like smashes them in the air. He's like, now you don't know why you're mad at me. You know what that means? You got to work for me now. And the dude's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know why I'm here. I guess I work for you now. What's the payoff of that? This double agent at the end of the movie, he turns around and he knocks over like 3 people. He stops some of the bad guys' henchmen and he points his wand at the good guys and he's like, I'm gonna stop you. And they're like, oh no, he's been brainwashed or something. And he goes, tee-hee, I'm joking, and turns around and knocks down the bad guys. He just knocks him down. He doesn't knock him out or anything. He's just like, ooh, wind poof. Now you're on your feet. Ha, that was a slight inconvenience. And then they run off. That was his plot. That was literally that one character's entire plot in the movie, to go, I don't like you. You killed my sister. Well, what if I deleted your sister from your brain? Ha ha. Now you work for me. I guess I work for you. I will stop my friends. Oh, wait, no, I won't. Poof. Ha ha. Slight inconvenience. I'm a great wizard. None of it. Like, there were so many fucking plot points that were set up that either didn't come to fruition or came to a fruition shittily like that. Anyone could have done that. Any of the other good guys could have been like, wind poof. You didn't need this one wizard to be like, I might be a double agent, but you'll never know why, because they never explain why did he join the side of good at the end. Was he brainwashed the whole time? If he wasn't, wouldn't a mind reader been able to tell that he was faking? What made him realize that he wanted to knock over the bag? No one knows. No one fucking knows. None of it. That plot point, no fucking sense. No fucking sense to that plot point. There's a dude who is like, I'm gonna kill Dumbledore. Roar! So the Dumbledore is like, all right, I will fight you. But because regular people can't see us doing magic, I'm gonna click my lighter. And the lighter will send us into the Mirrorverse because the director watched Doctor Strange. And I'll fight you in the Mirrorverse. Barely. Like, I'll do a few flashy things and none of it did a damn thing. And then I'll go, by the way, the bad guy lied to you with no fucking proof or nothing. Dumbledore's just like, you were lied to, good sir. You might want to think about that. And from then on to the end of the movie, the bad emo kid didn't do anything. And at the end of the movie, he stood there kind of grumpy looking. Tee-hee. That was his plot. That was his plot.
Thank you so much.
Lord Dresner, thank you so much for following while we wait for the world to generate. Hopefully you are being entertained by my rendition of the latest Harry Potter movie. And then the thing that kills me, you're like, all right, what's Dumbledore doing? He's got the secrets. It's Dumbledore's secret. The secrets of Dumbledore. He's the named character. He's gonna stop the bad guy. No, he can't. Because he's in love with the bad guy and they did a magical Pinky promise and he has a necklace on his arm and the arm goes, if you're thinking bad thoughts about the bad guy, I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, I'm gonna show it to you. And he holds his arm up and he's like, bad thoughts about the bad guy. Oh no, it's trying to kill me. I'm gonna have to struggle to overpower this so it doesn't kill me now. I'm joking. I do love the bad guy. Don't kill me. So it doesn't kill him. And apparently the idea is if he even so much as thinks about stopping the bad guy, it'll kill him. So what he does is he comes up with convoluted plans to stop the bad guy. But I guess the loophole is if he's not the one in the plan, if he's not thinking about how he's gonna stop the bad guy, then he gets to live because he thought about how other people should stop the bad guy. And at the end of the movie, the bad guy shoots a spell at someone and Dumbledore stops it by shooting his own spell. And then the Pinky Promise bracelet, it just fucking breaks. Because he wasn't stopping the bad guy, he was preventing the bad guy from doing what he wanted to do. Isn't that some legalese bullshit? So the whole point of the movie is that not Harry Potter, that fucking Dumbledore loves the bad guy, and at the end he's like, haha, I found a way to break my pinky promise. Now in the next movie I can do things to stop you, as opposed to this movie where I did a whole bunch of things to stop you. Ha Pinky promise broken. Mission success. The movie's like 2.5 to 3 hours long, and the first 2 hours is just everyone failing to do everything. Everything is bad. None of it makes any sense. Dude, sitting there like, what is going on? None of it makes sense. Fucking one of the good guys gets put in prison in Germany, which means he goes to like a Russian gulag or something. And this prison is, they put you in a giant hole where they hang you upside down in an alcove, okay, in stone. And they put a light by you, okay. And when the light flutters out, a giant scorpion will stick its stinger out and stab you and pull you into the hole and eat you and vomit your body back up to where you were just eaten from, and then its babies will eat your corpse. Just kill them. It's not a prison if you die as soon as the light flickers out, and the light's just a fucking glow bug. Like, it's gonna glow for like a couple hours at best. just shoot him. I'll give you the gun. It's like the pinnacle of people making fun of 007 movies. Like, why would you set up something convoluted? Just fucking kill him. And you're like, he's going to jail. The jail where you get executed 2.5 hours after you go there by the giant scorpion mama who wants to feed the scorpion crab babies. What? And they have no control over this monster. When they're leaving, the prison guard warden dude's like, oh no, you got away from me. And then the light fizzles out and he goes, and you hear him die. So they're not even in control of this crab scorpion thing. You never really see it. You like see its face for a second once. I can't just kill them. Yeah. That's like, what is, oh, he went to jail. So Germany gets to determine who the candidates are for Wizard King, but then they got to bring a magical deer to, I want to say, some like East Asian mountainous thing, because they're like, there's a magical castle temple thing up in the mountains, and that's where we go to watch the deer take a knee. And like, when I say like the deer looks dead, by the way, like, I don't think I'm selling that enough. The deer looks like dark and like dingy, and it looks like it can barely stand. And the living deer is full of life and glows. There's an actual light that glows out of it. And the necromancer deer doesn't have it. So why did we have to do this? What was the supposition? Why do we have to do all these stupid nonsensical plots? Because the bad guy can see into the future. And if we do enough things, he can't possibly see them all. What? How does that make any sense? It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. None of the movie made sense. Like, there were individual set pieces. Like, I'll admit, there were like the dude who does magical creatures. He seemed competent because his job, his role was to understand magical creatures. And he did that. Do not make a mistake. And as far as I can tell, Magical Beasts and Where to Find Them, he's the author of that book. He's supposed to be the main character, but he's not the main character. So, oh well, he has a weird little dancing scene with the crabs. It's like it. It's the most successful any of them are in the entire movie. They go, I'm dancing. Dancing crab scene. That's it. So Germany gets to let you out of jail. Remember, this is in England. It's British people. But they go to Germany. And then they go somewhere into the mountains where there's a magical castle temple thing for the deer. Who feeds the deer? Who knows? Like, they even set it up that the deer nearly kneels in front of the non-magical muggle dude at the beginning. Like, there's a setup for like that scene. It's not just like well, that would make sense. No, they do Chekhov's gun. They go, the deer only kneels in front of like the purest of hearts. And like the deer kind of like half kneels to like grab something with its mouth or something while it's playing. So it's like, what? And then no, he doesn't do anything. And then the non-magical dude, he wants to date this one girl. Her name's Queenie or something. And she works for the bad guy because she can read minds. Does that mean she can read the bad guy's mind and how evil he is? Why? What? She's a carryover from a previous movie. Oh, okay, I guess. And then it turns out that she switches back to the side of good because there's no explanation to that. And then she's immediately let off the hook for all the crimes she helped in, and she gets to marry the non-magical dude. But Dumbledore doesn't get to come for some reason. Who knows? Ain't no fucking sense. But they do say that she has a sister, or someone has a sister who's really good at magic, and she's not here right now. She's not here to save the world because she's got to file her taxes in America. I wish I was exaggerating that. She's not filing taxes, but she had to do like paperwork or something fucking absolutely minor in America. So this extra character they reference, she's not there to save the world because of bureaucracy. We're going to make it harder on the good guys. That damn American bureaucracy, not letting people have time off to go to England so that they can stop Germany taking over the magical English realm through magical deer in the castle temples in the mountains. Ah! Dude, the movie, I was just like, but like I said, they would set up shit. They would set up so many fucking plot points, and then every time it would end with, oh well. With the spackle to cover the plot points up being, we didn't anticipate any of these plans to succeed anyways, because we knew the bad guy could see into the future. So we just made everyone waste their time. The movie's like I said, the movie's like 2.5, 3 hours long. The movie's fucking long. At least it felt that way. It would not end. I was like, what is the point? What is the point? And then they actually had the voting scene. The deer kneeled in front of the magical Nazi Hitler dude. That doesn't mean that he's Wizard King yet. That just means that everyone, they're probably going to vote for him because they vote for whoever's got the pure heart. There's an actual, an election process, kind of. But the deer is what everyone votes for. Everyone votes for the deer. Let the deer decide for us. I don't want free will. So the evil, corrupt, definitely undead deer that was brought by the bad guy to kneel in front of the bad guy. I'm so surprised it kneeled in front of him. The bad deer kneels, and it almost looks like it collapses on itself. The bad deer kneels, and then they're like, oh, the deer kneeled in front of him. He's the Wizard King Arthur because he's pure. And then like people vote by shooting their colors in the sky. Be like, oh, green, gold, red, that's my vote. I guess because they wanted to save on like CGI budgets or whatever. Like 9 people voted and like 7 of them were the bad guy and 1 was for each of the other 2 representatives. So even if it wasn't for the deer, the entirety of the magical realm is determined by 9 people voting. Because no one else shot up anything. And the dude running it, the German senator dude is just like, by acclamation or whatever, basically, because I can just tell who we're voting for because of what everyone's saying. Ergo, this man's the Wizard King. Like, if it's 9 total people, that means 5 people need to get together and determine the Wizard King. You don't even need the deer? Like the deer kneels in front of the new lady. Okay, that's neato. Like, that defeats the purpose of the deer because this deer kneeled in front of 2 people. I would say that deer's tampered with too. I wouldn't trust either deer. But the deer kneels in front of one of the other people. Good thing she was pure of heart. But you still have people voting. Like, the deer didn't determine that the bad guy was Wizard King. It's just everyone was like, this deer can recognize the pure of heart. And apparently the guy literally screaming for genocide and torturing a human, a muggle, before our very eyes with one of the unforgivable curses. He's clearly the pure of heart because the deer said so. They're still voting? So are you telling me the people who were voting for like the Nazi Hitler magical genocide dude were paying attention to the deer? Like, oh, there's a new deer that kneeled in front of her. Do you really think that the people who are like, I knew it, I knew this man was pure, it's the right thing to do to kill the muggles, let's go on a genocide spree. Do you think that those people are going to go, oh no, the deer kneeled in front of the other chick, I'm going to change my vote now? No. Those people were looking for an excuse to vote for the evil genocide dude. They didn't give a fuck about the deer. Like, the deer didn't do anything. Why is the deer here? And again, it's like an actual plot point about this deer. And I'm like, there should have been tons more deer. It's a deer. What? Why? Who knows? And then the bad guy just runs away, by the way. And everyone lets him climb up onto the wall. And then he half steps off the wall, casts a levitation spell, so he floats in the air, and then casts an anti-magic bubble around himself. And then people attack him with spells. And it's clearly destroying that bubble. Like, that bubble is like 4 spells hit it, and that bubble's almost completely gone. So it's not that good of a spell. And then everyone just goes, oh, well, I'll stop trying. And then the bad guy goes, evil speech here, down with humans, or whatever. And then he teleports away. And then everyone's like, ah, shucks, he got away. They literally just stopped. Just let him go. Ta-da! Secrets of Dumbledore. All the secrets. All the secrets are yours to have. So there you go. There's my ranty depiction of the latest Harry Potter movie. You are free to go watch it. It's only 2.5 to 3 hours of your life. And I guarantee you're not going to get anything out of it that I didn't just tell you. We're going to use the world as it currently exists. The monastery, the Radiant Hill, the land of hurricanes is the name of this file. So, like, Sirius? Yeah, dude, he looks like he would have been, like, Sirius's kid or something. He kind of looked like he would have been Professor Snape's kid. The weird, sad kid. But it's like, no, he's Dumbledore's nephew. That's why he wants to kill Dumbledore. Like that was the evil emo kid's plot. I'm Dumbledore's nephew, and he doesn't acknowledge me. Did he ever know you existed? Not really, no. You want to talk to your dad about it? I talk to my dad all the time. So why are you evil? Because I work for the bad guy. Okay, is he promising you power or anything? No, I don't have a wand or anything, and I don't do magic. And it's kind of implied that this might be backing up in me, like I've got magical constipation and I'm going to blow up. How do you know this? Because there's a fucking, not a Pegasus, the bird that sets fire to itself. I'm forgetting, you guys know what I'm talking about. The fiery bird, when it dies, it comes back in an egg. I'm forgetting the name of the bird right now. But there's one of them flying around, and apparently they only show up when Dumbledore's die. So he knows, Phoenix, yes, thank you. So he knows that he's a Dumbledore, and he knows he's dying because the bird is dying. Why don't you go get a wand, buddy? Just go anywhere else? And maybe not become a bomb that's slowly dying to magical constipation cancer. Maybe. Made no fucking sense. Yes, hooked on phonics. Anyways, I am noticing that we are not getting music again. So I don't think my transfer of the files actually worked to SoundSense, which is leaving me a bit sad. It just says the weather has cleared. Maybe because I'm not in yet, it hasn't gotten a signal to start playing. I thought they played a song during this, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, no, and like I said, Dumbledore kind of beats them in like the fastest nonsensical fight. Like, it's not epic or anything. She's like, ooh, a few spells. And he's like, you've been lied to. The end. I wish I could turn on regular audio here. Hold on, because I gotta find a place to get. But yeah, no, that was Magical Beasts and Where to Find Him, The Secrets of Dumbledore, where he has no secrets and neither do you. Where no one knows what's going on. Load up some Simon Swear in the background. Tally me banana. All the wonderful things he does. Sheva. What class do I play as? Werewolf. That should not be on. But hello, everyone. I see I already have pushes. 43 minutes ago. Holy shit, that one was a long one. I thought I was only talking for like 20 minutes. All right. Well, if nothing else, we gave the map time to generate. Okay. What are we working on here, chat? I don't have the paper for the 3 ideas, what we're doing. Was one of the ideas supposed to be this time I live somewhere cold? Because I'm always hating the ice. I don't remember if that was an idea or if someone floated that jokingly as a way to torture me. What is this? A freshwater lake. We could live in a lake. What do we got here? Shallow metal, deep metals, light aquifer. Well, I mean, you're by a lake, you're going to have an aquifer probably. Very deep soil, shallow clay. It is temperate, which means it freezes some of the times. But the problem is there's no trees, no other vegetations. Wait, no, that's probably because I'm on the wrong biome. Hold on. There we go. Woodland, moderate calm. So there is a marsh right by the lake. What is... Oop, didn't mean to do that. Oh, God, I lost it. Here we go. What is over here? It's a marsh on every side. This one has clay, though. Do we have clay down here? All right, well, we can deal with an aquifer. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't deal with an aquifer. Living suspended over a volcano while not being able to use the magma is my idea. The problem with that idea is at some point you won't be able to do anything. You're going to need a fuel source. You're going to need a fuel source at some point. If you're not using the magma to create magma smelters, then you're going to need a large amount of trees or fuel. And unless somehow there's a ton of lignite down there, you're probably not likely to have lots of trees. Meaning at some point you're just not going to be able to do anything. That's my one issue with that. We don't need to be fully into the lake, though. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Well, you know what? Let's attempt jumping into the deep end. What are our neighbors? Only goblins. Ah, that's the issue with this. I'm gonna want more than goblins. See if we can't find someone better. Is this an ocean with a volcano in it? A conifer forest with a volcano in it, but no neighbors. Ooh. Ooh, this was like fucking amazing. Why is there a forested volcano? I just told everyone these didn't exist. And the game has proved me wrong. We might have to come back to that one later. Like I said, my issue with that is there's no one. So we're not going to get attacks. We're not going to get allies. Not going to get anything there. It's very lonely. Make pyramids. Here's more what I was thinking of, or what I was talking about. What did I just do? I didn't mean to do that. If you're going to get mountains, volcano, they're going to be in the mountainous region. You're not going to get lots of trees. Yeah, none on trees. I could get a volcano that touches water and be connected. Where are you? Oh, is that just red because of the freaking swamp? I thought it was red because of a volcano. All right, not that one. Doo-doo. There's just another evil swamp again. Sand desert. It's got to be the little red triangle for a volcano. I know. I'm just getting my hopes up. Lots of evil around the map. Lots of evil. Like every 5 squares. Look at this. Every 5 squares, there's a freaking necromancer tower, Other Necromancer Tower, Necromancer's Neighbors Tower, Bob, Necromancer's Neighbors, Cousins, third remove, Steven. Here's another one. There's another one right there. There's some goblins. There's another tower over here. Jesus, there's another one. It's the land of the free. There's another one. It's the land of the freaking invaded over here. There's another one. Of course there is. There's another one in the fucking evil area. There's 4 more up top. Trying to see if I can find one that has a volcano and trees besides the island. If I can find volcano and ice, that would be the best. Melt that shit. All right, question. Is there a way to do a search using the Embark Assistant and just find a volcano? Can this just search for the volcanoes for me? I don't think this can search for volcanoes. Damn it. That'd have been too easy, I guess. But we can make this search for everyone for us. I want an area. What is skulking? We can say I want everyone to be nearby. Did I hit it right? Yes. Okay. And his name is John C. The plan is I don't know. I admittedly from the last base there was a paper that had 2, I'll say, memes going on, but I don't remember what they are. And I might have just crashed it anyways, because it's not even bringing me back to the map. Apparently trying to look for elves, humans, goblins, and skulking is way more complicated than this program can handle, I guess. If it was on the other screen and taking a while to load, I wouldn't think much of it, but I'll give this about another minute and we'll see how well it goes. Yes. Okay, I remember this. Do you remember the other ones? The centralized does sound familiar. I would have definitely forgotten that. Other than that, no idea. Hey, that's an important one. We'll go with that. I think I've killed this game. I have ended it. All right. Well, while I wait to see if I've ended this, because it has been so long coming and because people will freak out if I don't, I will do some push. We will make the people happy. By the way, I don't have it fully hung. I need a thing to hang it, but I got a blanket back here that'll dampen some of the noise too. But look, it's Sherlock Holmes. I don't have a proper thing to hang it right now, but I got that for Christmas actually. It's just been, things have been happening. All right, I'm not gonna do too many because it has been so very long since I've done any, and it's not gonna be inverted for now. We'll start getting into more legit ones as time goes on. Oh, what a time to be alive. Good. Fantastic. Where's mouse? Push, push, refunding class. And this hasn't moved, so I'm going with it is in fact frozen. We're gonna let it crash out. Or not? Now I'm confused. Normally after 2 clicks you get a pop-up saying, do you want to just kill it? Beep, booty. problem is I think I have it. I just have a stack over there about this big of notes and papers and stuff. So I don't know what's in it. All right, come on, crash out. I've never seen this not crash out before. It's a special kind of crash out, I guess. Preliminary matching world tiles. So you don't think you're crashed? Come on, I'll just reload. It's fine with me. Start playing. Rename you to something the hurricanes, wasn't it? The lands of hurricanes. I think that's close enough to wherever its name was. Min-max magma for volcano. That might work. Ooh. Doo-doo. Gonna make a world 'cause we're God. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Wait, is it doing music this time? Where was this earlier? Embark assistant. Fine, embark. You said check magma. Magma. I might be stupid. I'm not saying magma. Oh, yeah, you're right. There it is. Yeah, minimum magma. Volcano. Maximum magma. Volcano. Boop. See, at least this one, it's doing something. Don't you wish that evil on me, Hellfire. Boo-dee-dee-dee-dee-doo. Now, we should be seeing something once it's found one, right? I thought there was one up top. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably shouldn't have let it do a big map. Probably should have tried everything on a smaller map. At least werewolves can be soft, fluffy, and huggable. I disagree with you. Sorry. I can see a animal subspecies. Most shows and D&D and stuff tended to call them demi-humans before they started calling them other things. But I can see most of them having the time to do their fur and stuff to, in fact, be soft, fluffy, and huggable. I'm going to pronounce that word correctly one of these days. But the problem is, if they are, in fact, a lichen, they're transforming against their will. Like they've just grown that. It's not been taken care of or anything. Half the time, people run into the woods screaming because of the confusion. Then they transform. So you know they got all kinds of sticks and twigs stuck up in their fur. No, I'm sorry. I have to fundamentally disagree with you on the premise that any werewolf is, in fact, soft, fluffy, and or huggable. Boo. Now, the question is, I'm not entirely sure how easy it's going to be to do a decentralized base on or around a volcano. The volcano kind of usually centralizes it. Wiggle sticks. Wiggle sticks. All right, if I'm understanding that right, I think we found at least 2 volcanoes, those green squares. The ones with the X's. I don't know what the green squares are without the X's. That one's kind of got me confused. I want to be in the military. Alas, you will have to die. Should not have done a big map. But if music is playing, that at least lets me have faith that Therapist did get transferred and or updated correctly. Not Therapist, oh God, Therapist. If it's a new fresh install, Therapist doesn't have any of my custom things, does it? Oh no. I'm gonna have to remake those at some point. I was supposed to play about 5 hours of Xenoblade Chronicles, but Xenoblade kind of crashed. Oh, I had to do it to make up for the crash. I looked into it. Admittedly, it's partly my fault. Apparently, Xenoblade is not a game that auto saves, and I kind of maybe knew that from before the stream. It had been so long that I forgot. But, and here's my counter. If you're on something like a Switch and you have some autosave capabilities, why don't you just autosave all the time? Just like autosave when you enter a map. So it's not that the game failed me. I didn't know that the game was not an autosave game. It autosaves when you're doing like story progressing cinematics and shit. And the cinematics that I did see, while they were story progressing, I guess they were not high enough quality story progressing games. And I think you get a save whenever you make a blade. So we didn't get a save because I didn't make a blade the entire stream. Another reason why I should just continuously try to make blades. It's a way to save. All right, this is the one that would be fantastic if we had neighbors, but we don't, and it's sad. What does B mean? There's a letter B there. What is B? I don't know what B means. There's this one up here. I guess we knew this one is in pain and suffering. There is one up here. I suspect this one doesn't have neighbors. There are humans. I'd have done that if they had goblins. Unless we piss off the humans. We could do that. We could piss off the humans and let that just be our fight since we don't have goblins. And who is over here? You have human elves and 3 towers nearby. One of which is hyphen and 2 of which are definitely war. So this one's busy, but it has nothing that you can use to live off of. We have, to the northeast, we have a wasteland. I'd have to do this. It's going to have to be underground farms mostly, because nothing's going to grow above ground. And we don't have any trees. Oof. This one could have a tower eventually, right? It's just human. But it has marble. I like marble. And flux. No steel, though. Are there different biomes? Shallow clay there. Shallow clay there. I think we're going to want some clay. Problem is getting an area that has clay while within these 4 squares. It's basically impossible. We'd have to do that. I don't know where the humans are, but if the game counts as us having a land connection, we could invade and attack things. We could piss off the humans. In-stream cinematics. Everyone should be in the military. Xenoblade, big red titties. Damn fresh install. Let's go. Why the fresh install anyways? 3 things. 1, every time I've tried to do an update install, my game ends up unstable. 1. 2, we were having issues with RMOC Vision and some other utilities just not working, and I couldn't figure out why. And the software version of turn off and back on is to delete and do a fresh install. I still have the other folders. They're still there. I'm just not playing in them. The only thing I tried transferring over were the audio files for SoundSense. And then I told SoundSense to try to find the audio files in itself. So that's why I wasn't sure if SoundSense was going to work or not. It's like the only thing I've transferred over to the new folder. Updating in place causes instability. Oh, and 3 was there were things mentioning text will be text. Why I didn't update to begin with. Mentioning some graphics and text will be text. And the instabilities, it's been pointed out that the instabilities that I occasionally have are essentially caused by text will be text, which I'm only really using because of the thing on the right. Like I would play in fucking default without any tile set if it wasn't for the fact that when I zoom in and out, the thing on the right gets bigger and smaller, and I fucking hate that. So I was gonna update anyways so that I could get the new graphics, or update, maybe they make some more stable or something. All right, we can try here, see how well this works. Admittedly, it's gonna be slightly boring in that we're not gonna get invasions much unless we piss off the humans. So that means we better piss off the humans. There's salt water here. Why? It says saltwater swamp. That's why. We can work with that. I'll just have to purify it. We can work with salt water, I hope. I'm not going to prepare carefully because we are just coming back into this. If we end up dying, wherever, maybe one of the next ones we could do carefully. We're just going to play now, go with default spread of skills and stuff, and see what we have to work with. But now, if I may.
Test. No.
Up. I wanted some reverb. Yes.
Maybe a little down. There we go. You have arrived! After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Salon Salor. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings, ere the leopard men get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Izum Deg. HameEven? Strike the earth.
And so it begins, HameEven. I don't know what the fuck that means. It's going to be a bit slow at the initial start because it's set to save on embark. We always have this issue. HameEven. Of course, by now, something should have happened. Like I said, worst case scenario, it crashes and we have to reload. But if I wait, we should be able to get a save out of this. Desktop? Nope, I'm not signing into one of the other ones. Desktop, Dwarf Fortress. No. Yeah, Perry, Dwarf Fortress, data, save. There is a save. There we go. Okay. Was not expecting this. Why is it that when I'm supposed to be doing decentralized, I finally get the perfect wall? Why is it? Because you can just have the entrance right there. Doesn't have to be the entrance quarter. We're going to live off of in this somehow. Decentralized. Look, there's even a secondary entrance down here. We could have them at 2 different levels. I like that. And it does it again and again and again. All right, we got plenty of trees here. This volcano goes up. It just saved, So I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to see if I can get the one thing to launch. I know it's kind of weird to try to launch this at the beginning, but remember, one of the issues was HameEven said it couldn't read our files anymore, which is weird. So I'm hoping if we just let this go. Please move through prefabs. What does that even mean? I'm suspecting HameEven won't work again, even with the fresh install. This means, if it doesn't work again, that it's not an issue with my install, that it's probably got to be an issue with my configuration. The only thing I can think of is does that means HameEven doesn't like Vetlinger 3232? Or at least my split install of Vetlinger with Chisel Clean? So I might have to change one of those in the future if we want HameEven to work. Decentralized sounds painful. Yes. All right. So still haven't fixed HameEven. That kind of blows. Not going to lie. Now, the magma has not generated above the wall, which is good. I don't even know if it's possible for it to do that before. I've had that do that to me way long time ago. But for now, we should be good. Yeah, right. We're only one in. So the question is how to start. First of all, the first thing I do is I go over here and I do this slowly so that no one knows exactly when I turn the script on, so that some of you do it early and then get confused when you don't get a dwarf. And then I laugh at all your pain. So perhaps the script has been started at this point, and it might be possible for you to start naming dwarves. But that's on you guys to maybe test out and see if you're brave and see if you want your input wasted, whether or not this program has been started. I'm not getting a sound for it, though. That's because I muted the music. Yep, it is working. All right. Before we get anywhere, first 7 people to claim a dwarf get a dwarf. Not collapse all. I wanted to reread. And we're just going to sort this by has nickname. First one in is Death Star 175 getting dwarf 2. Set nickname. Death Star 175 the first. Commit. Dwarf 3 going to Domine. 1, 2, 3. Domine the first. You're committed. Dwarf 1 going to Admiral Wiley. Admiral Wiley, the first of his name. You're in. Hellfire Skyrim getting dwarf 2. Hellfire. I said 2, but I grabbed the first one. Hellfire Skyrim the first. After Hellfire Skyrim the first is Eldritch the first at dwarf 3. Eldritch the first at dwarf 3. Dwarf 4 is Cell. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first. Went that through. Hellfire Skyrim. Is your nickname not the first? Is that just long enough that it's not going in? I'm just going to say Hellfire the first. There we go. And then last but not least, Mr. Man TM the first. Can you fit in the first? You can. Okay. Sorry, Samson, your favorite dwarf. When we get more dwarves, if you type it in again, you'll be able to get stuff. All right, real quick, we're not going into details, but Admiral Wiley, you are the just general everyman. Farming, potash making, plant gathering, brewing, cooking, and furnace operating. Death Star 175, you are the fisher dwarf. Domine, you are the mining dwarf. Eldritch, you are the mason stone detailer dwarf. Hellfire Skyrim, you're the butchery, tanning, leatherworking, and fish cleaner dwarf. Mr. Man TM, you are the carpentry bowyer. And Cell, you are the woodcrafting, stone crafting, bone carving, gem cutting, and gem setting dwarf. And it looks like somehow this did grab from the other file because it has my custom names. Weird. I don't know how this program does it, but none of the other ones do. Order some trees cut down because who doesn't hate trees? Whoop. I may have done a little bit of too much rim roll when I was trying to hit C for cancel. And that I want to change. Hold on. I always got to change off this one key. I was trying to get to key bindings, general, main menu, tilde, and then get rid of escape. Save and exit. This way, if I'm in a screen, I can just hit escape a lot and I won't go to the main menu because I hate doing that. Redeemed vacation time. Of course you did. How could I have doubted it? How could I have doubted the vacation time? Mr. Main and Hellfire want to be in the military. I'm completing on those. And then Mr. Main wants vacation time. Mr. Main and Hellfire in the military. And I think Mr. Main was first. So Noble, Militia Commander, Mr. Man. Military, create that. We're going to say metal armor, and after Mr. Man, we'll put in Hellfire. And then Mr. Man wants to go on vacay because he's a very bad man. And Mr. Man, boop, boop, will be on vacation for the season. All done and accounted for because you're a bad person. What were his jobs anyways? Carpentry and bowyery. You're such a dick. Admiral Wiley, you're picking up the load. Actually, no, Death Star is. I don't think we have much fishing to do here. Oh, we're already under attack by honey badgers. They don't give a fuck. Honey badger? Yeah, he's already in the middle of the base messing people up. Well, I guess the military's got something to do already. Kill that honey badger. I suspect they did. Did anyone get injured? Reports. The honey badger bit the expedition leader once. So someone's got a bruised arm. Militia commander, bruised arm, bruised muscle. Shouldn't be too bad. Just looks like you got some bruises. All right, where was that perfect wall? Gotta love it. Oh, that one's also nice. There you are. All right, I'm trying to think about how to do this. Decentralized. All right, first area, like, even if we go into a decentralized plan, the first area has to be centralized. We have to get into the mountain. We're going to spread out from it, but no matter what, you have to. Especially because later on we'll probably have a barracks here. This will probably be the military quarter. So, bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do it like that. This is going to have to be the military and the... How big were you over here? 9. All right, this is later going to be the military quarter and the the traders and the merchants. Does this hall I need to be 3 wide? I'm not making the whole thing 3 wide, so the answer would be no. 2 wide is preferred. So we'll start splitting it off here so we can try to force ourselves to a sort of a decentralized idea. I'm going to try to force myself from the beginning to do a design that forces some decentralization. See how well this works. Mr. Uncle Batty Touch. TM. It's a long, long walk from the mountain home. I'm tired. All right. Build workshop carpenter. It's not quite 3 wide anywhere. All right. Dig some more. I was going to try to start getting people in because there's apparently honey badgers out there. Oh. This one cannot be dug yet. Build construction floor. Start flooring over this room so we don't have issues. Well, that's a weird looking symbol. All right, I told you they updated the graphics. I was not expecting the weird little hammer symbols. Go with that for now. Build construction floor. All right, we have stopped that horrible tree for now. I don't see much issues with trees on the right side. For now, of course. Build workshop carpenter. Put you down here first. And what are we doing with the floor? Silt, loam, and red sand. All right, we've already got access to sand. At some point, we might just start doing shit with glass. Now, we're going to need some weird thing to go out and over the magma or something. Where are my carpenters?
Don't you think I can do this?
What? Oh, they're still doing shit up here. I think you can do it because I said so. Bring the wood inside. Everyone start getting inside. Please? No, that's what I'm saying. This isn't for the caravan. If I have a centralized caravan hallway, I was going to do it for a second. Then what that means is I'm going to end up with a centralized base. So this can't be where the caravan comes in. It just cannot. Since I do everything centralized, I have to purposely build goofy ideas to try to prevent myself from relying on it in the future. You know, you have more wood you guys can bring down at any time. Death Star. Oh, we actually have fish for you to fish in. Huh. How about that? Stop doing that. I thought I was safe because there was not going to be any fish. But boy, there are turtles in that tiny ass pond. And you're actually allowed to fish. Look, I need this man to do carpentry. Speaking of which, how are our drinks? We're going to have an issue with that coming up soon. So this, like I said, in the future, this will end up being military. Yep, I'm gonna go with that. That's far enough in the mountain to not worry about trees. Things moving on the microphone. Carpenter, Death Star, where are you? Now is not the time to be an alcoholic. Please. We're begging of you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm trying to get everyone inside. All right. Chair, table, Bed, 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 bed. We'll need more of those. Work down in here. Boop, boo, da, doo, boo. Then up here, still slightly bad. Why is this only updating to Eldritch? Hexen Element and Luigi Tortellini. Thank you so much for following.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And Luigi, I like that name. I don't know why, it just rolls off the tongue. Luigi Tortellini. You come to me this day, you think we're not gonna fuck you up?
Thank you so much.
All right, I didn't do beds yet. I didn't do tables. We do have some chairs. All right. Boo doo 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 doo. Boop boop boo doo doo. All right, here's what I'm wanting to do. This got suspended. I'm gonna unsuspend that. There is. Are you a ramp up or a hold down? You're a ramp up. I'm gonna flatten this area down a little bit, and we're gonna build a house outside for the lumber chopper dude to live at, because decentralized. So he's gonna get a room out here, and he's just gonna deal with it. Is that an onion? Hold on, game. Caps lock is on. Is this an onion? A bloated tuber. Yeah, grab that bloated tuber. Good job. Someone cut down this tree and remove that floor. There are giant skinks running around. What the? No, shut up. Military, save us from this skink. Hopefully they do good. All right. We're going to start moving everything we have outside inside. Like I said, this area is kind of slightly admittedly centralized, but I'm trying to not be stuck with this. We just got to get everything in. We got creatures outside that are fucking us up. We got to get everything in one way or another. You'll notice I've already tried to make sure it wasn't mirrored. If I don't build a completely long mirror symmetry, it'll help me not be centralized. Save us from the skank. Automod, why? Evening, you should revisit that decision. Hold on. What decision? Caravan, sub up, maybe a trade depot drops all the traders' guards and the volcano but leaves all the goods. It's possible to play Go Fish. You can never actually fish, just turtles. Day of my daughter's linguine. We're sure this is oops all werewolves, as I'm seeing a lack of werewolves. Are you on an aquifer? Luigi Tortellini, I am in fact on a light aquifer. To be clear, it is slightly easier to deal with than a heavy aquifer. The ideas are still kind of the same. Yep. No. We do have an aquifer. It's just not going to be necessarily the old school heavy ones that you're probably used to dealing with. Save us. Is this the same one we were ordered to kill, or is this a new one? How are you killing the giant skink, but you're way over there? You must kill the skink. Remove it from the map. Ooh. Ugh. I wanted some silk. I didn't want man silk. Oh, that's dirty. That's not been cleaned. Are they running around silking things up? I don't see mans running around man silking everywhere. All right, I don't want F1 bringing me up there. I want to move that. I'm losing where my base is already. All right, here we are. I'm going to say real quick that I want to not burrow yet. There we go. Zoom here, and this is called base. All right, we'll see what's all's been brought in. We're going to need to bring in the food and the seeds and shit. Still working on that. All right, build construction floor. I do want to go back a bit. But for now, let's start getting the walls up. Apparently olive for wall. Don't have enough to do that. Cashew for wall. All right. Cashew for wall looks a lot better. 1, 2, door. Probably only really need 1. 3 cashew wood logs. Like I said, this back here will probably need to be brought in, but it is kind of over stuff. If I did the wall there, it would literally be on the wall down here, so it wouldn't be a problem. That back there needs to be floored. So, yeah, I'll bring these up right now. That tree needs to get done. Was that them trying to fight the stupid skink? Have you killed it yet? Is the skink dead? I am surprised the skink is not dead. Are you the same skink, or you just keep leaving the map and I'm getting new skinks? Are you a fresh skink? You are not a fresh skink. Also, what is that? Dacite? I don't remember Dacite looking cool. Dacite, this is andesite. Dude, this update looks pretty neat. I don't remember these stones looking like that, but I'm not hating it. Oh, that's right. I never did the actual beds. Well, the beds are kind of supposed to be in the one room thing anyways. You don't have another table yet. Why do I not have another table yet? Are you filled with them? You are filled with them. Okay. Are you a fresh skink? Are you just trying to make lewd statues? Are you a fresh skink? Dwarf. We're sorry, Casey James. We're all dwarfed out at the time. I think that means I killed him. Yes. Our dwarves are quite skilled at killing honeypots and slaughtering skanks. It's in their blood. It's the sort of blood that, you know, you can't just train into it. You have to be born with the skill. Just like Mr. Mantium and Hellfire were born with. Taking out honeypots and slaughtering skanks. Assign bed Mr. Man. Assign bed Hellfire. We've had such a warm welcome. Well, we were in like a high wilderness area. Kind of is going to make up for the fact that we don't have any starting goblins near us. Because otherwise it could be quite boring. And we are still going to have to piss off the humans. Table chair, table chair. All right, which one of you does it as a dining room? There you go. Dining room, meeting hall. Everyone should be meeting down here now. What is still up here? Seeds, food. Seeds and food. PF. Just put food here for now. Oh, and I forgot to do doors. You do doors? Yes. Good. Like I said, it'll be a little bit of uncertainty at the beginning as I try to detrain myself from RimWorld style controls. I've probably already given a bed to the wrong person. Now I think about it. I needed the woodcutter up here with the bed. Build construction floor. And I think you are rambutan floors. So we are in fact going to need a third door. In your own time. Uru's Rune, this is the Vetlinger tile set for graphics, and for text, I'm using Shizzle Clean. I think this is the Vetlinger 32 by 32. I don't know if he has different sizes, but to specify which one we are using, that is what it is. Chisel, what now? I don't know how you would do it without Lazy Noob Pack. I'm assuming there must be a way. But in Lazy Noob Pack, you can choose, if you're in text will be text, you can choose your font tile set to be separate from the graphics font. So I'm using the Vetlinger 32 by 32 tile set for the graphics area. But for the text over here, I'm actually using Shizzle Clean text. Especially if for nothing else, it means that I won't necessarily have a symbol overlapping the text area, because some of the tile sets will do that, where you'll see like an arrow will be replaced by a sideways tree or something like that. All right, what do we still have up here? They're bringing things down. We'll just have to give them time. Why did you fall asleep in there? All right, like I said, one of these beds will be reassigned later once I get them a thing up top. Push, push, more push. I'm seeing lots of push in my future. Lots of people that are like, you know what? This man made a joke I didn't like. I expect him to push. Yes, the expenditure of calories will appease my wrath. All right, now everyone has a bed for now. We could just get in. I could focus more on what I need to be doing. The bags coming in buckets. That's finished goods. Yeah, okay. This is just hauling duties. Hey, Sanctum Spirit Stone. How goes it? So as I made doors. Man, hurry up. I know you're not trained in this, but do faster. Unfortunately, Sanctum's going to take a second. Also, you spelled that with 2 R's. Every dwarf has been dwarfed as of now, so you'll need to wait until we get a migration wave in. What do you mean no table? What is this man doing? He's got tons of tables. Someone carry the tables. There's probably wild monkeys, but they haven't stolen anything yet, luckily. We just had to keep fighting off giant skinks and honey badders. That's the worst we've had to deal with so far. I'm down for waiting. Ooh. Wait for me longer. Yes. Unlimited waiting. Gotta have like a cutscene for it. Do like a fighting thing like Rising Revengeance. No, because the process of giving you a number is that it thinks you're already alive. The number is just there to tell me which one to name after you. If there is no naming, there's no need for number. All right, that's 2 of the doors in. What do we still have up here? Copper pick. I need to make a weapon and or an armor one. There we go. I have been life. I don't know how much has been tracked through the Discord or whatever, but there was a reason why it's been a while on my end. We're getting back into the normal. We're trying to get back into it. Things are still going on, and I'm waiting for everything to slowly pan out before really addressing any of it. I will say, as a side thing, what's currently going on as one of the things is that the state of Massachusetts can't do math. Does the correct math. They don't know how to math. And for some reason, they're telling me that I owe them tens of thousands of dollars that they've never once given me. So that's fun. They're claiming I owe them money that I don't have and that they never gave me. But other than life being life, things are fine. You can't always get perfect enjoyment out of life, so you just deal with what you can. What the heck? What it is it's a simple math thing. But the problem is I cannot seem to get through the bureaucracy that is the Massachusetts bureaucracy. That's literally what this all comes down to. The problem is, during last year, when they were doing the pandemic unemployment assistance, I used it. I was not bringing in lots of money. I needed assistance. Okay. At the beginning or at some point last year, the specific dates are off, but just go with this. At some point, they decided, well, we don't think you qualify for the full benefit anymore. Okay, I wasn't fighting it. I was like, I'm not going to be dealing too much with the bureaucracy. If this is what they say, that they think for some reason I no longer qualify for X, Y, or Z, then I will simply accept it. Which meant that they started paying me a lot less. By itself, bummer. But again, I've been in the military. Some points, you know, it's just like there's not even much reason to be fighting this. However, at the end of the time period, they said, we've had another look, and we don't think you qualified for anything at all. That's a bummer. But in the, we don't think you qualified for anything at all, they're now saying you owe us back the money. Okay. Don't necessarily agree with it, but I'm following the logic so far. The problem is, in the money that they keep saying that I owe them back, they're saying I owe them back the reduced amount and the full amount. Like, they'd already, like, half denied me, so I was getting less than half of what they said. And now they're saying I owe them back everything to the full amount, but they never gave me the full amount. So to simplify the math, over the course of a year or half a year or whatever, they gave me $10,000 over the course of, like, the entire thing. And now they're saying that I owe them back 20. You didn't give me that number. You'd already, like I know that whatever that second thing was, I didn't qualify for, but you already determined that, and I didn't fight it. So you never gave me that money. But now they're like, you owe us back that money. I can't owe you money you never gave me. Like, flat out, if it was just the initial 10,000, again, simplifying the numbers, if it was just the initial 10, I'd be grumpy, but I would do it. Like, I wouldn't even think to argue it. I'd just be like, all right, whatever, bureaucracy is bureaucracy. Here you go. But the thing that's literally slaughtering my math problems for, like, budgets and everything else is that they want that other money back, too. I don't have it. I can't pay you back what you never gave me. So I've tried appealing it. And every time I've done any of the steps of the appeal, they're like, all right, you know, give us your evidence and your files and stuff like that. And I sent in all the W-2s and stuff like that. And then I also send the thing in. I go, by the way, because nobody will tell me how to do it. I'm like, what I'm appealing definitely is this half. Like, I've already told them, I was like, if you guys want to deny that initial other thing, that's fine. Like, I technically, whatever, like, I'll live with that. Like, but I keep trying to tell them I'm appealing the fact that their math is wrong. And every single time they're like, well, we've looked at your W-2s and this and that, and we feel that you don't qualify for the program, or you did not qualify for the program. Okay, like, so you owe us the money. Like, every time I've gone through and done some step or this step or that step, they always come up to the same thing. They're like, well, you know, you're not providing us the evidence to prove that you qualify for the program. One, I don't know what evidence you want. You're not specifying. You're just like, you haven't given it to us. What is it? Two, that was never the argument. Let's assume I didn't qualify. You didn't give me the money. So Xeranak, I've done that. I have the numbers. It's not like my word against theirs. I've got reams of paper. I've got paper on paper on paper, fucking bank, everything else. I'm like, this is the number. This is the letter of you saying I'm only approved for the lower thing. This is, you pay me the lower amount. How the fuck do you expect me to pay you back some bigger number? And then every time they're just like, well, you haven't sent us the papers to prove that you qualified for the program. Is that important? That's not what I'm trying to argue. Like, you cannot, like, they're all fucking brain dead or something. I don't know. Like, I've gone through so many different variations of doing this and doing that and doing this. And the problem too is that they don't contact you. I figured this out. You'd think that they would be contacting you with this stuff. They refuse to contact me. They've asked me to contact them back like 3 or 4 different ways. email, phone call, physical mail, and then using the little program on their website. Every fucking new step, they want a different way of contacting them. And they keep putting timelines in all these different ones, but they'll wait forever. So they're like, okay, I'm going to update you on the program, but not where we've normally been communicating, the different part of the website. And that one says that if you don't call this number at 8 o'clock in the morning, 2 days from now, that you're not appealing. That's what that means. No, that I'm not agreeing. When? So they're like, oh, well, I guess you missed the call. I didn't know. You didn't put it in the normal communication thing. Why the fuck would I know to go to this other part of the website? That's not where the other communication is. You didn't want to appeal it, so now you're going to have to start over again or something. I technically don't want to appeal it. I'm just trying to correct your math. They're a fucking pain in my ass. All right, I'm taking this off of you and putting it back on him. Who does wood cutting? Admiral Wiley. Looks like you're going to be living outside today. Admiral Wiley. Admiral Wiley, you also do farming, plant gathering. All right, so I'm going to do some farms out here. PF. No. Build plot. So that's one of the things. I have other things going on, and those will be addressed as they come to a close. One was the death in the family. That's now up with lawyers and stuff like that. Hence why I'm not going to be going into anything on that, because I don't know what does or does not need to be said before it's been closed out in court. And as I've been a paralegal before, I definitely know to just shut the fuck up on any details until the case is over. And the other one is waiting on VA things. Filed my taxes, got $12 back, was supposed to get $405 from Fed. Got a letter from IRS saying I made a mistake. Got a check for $1,700. Put check in separate account, savings till 90 days is up. Here's the thing, like one of the things that they did to contact me was 91 days. Like at one point I thought this was over. They literally waited 91 days and then updated a part of their website to be like, oh, by the way, you now have 1 week to do this. Like, dude, they're fucking doing it the scummiest way fucking possible. I actually tried contacting the news, like the 25 News Investigates or whatever the fuck it's called. I left them a message. I haven't heard back from them. I might have been slightly rambling in it, so you're probably like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like straight up, I'm like, this is just fucking stupid. Like it blows my mind that I'm basically like, okay, I'll agree with your decision, but your decision needs to account for this. And they're like, we don't know how to change our decision. I'm not trying to get you to change your decision. I don't understand why you are being so stupid about this. It's driving me bonkers. All right. Anyways, it was rambutan on the ground, right? Normally I wouldn't put a bunch of wood around his place, but his place is technically the roof for what is below. So I'm going to surround him with rambutan so that we can make sure it doesn't grow into the base below. I don't have enough rambutan. 8. That'll go down. Take them to court. I fucking want to. Literally refuse to pay them back till you have a strong face-to-face phony and someone who can provide you with all their paperwork. So that's the weird thing too. There's also a side thing of technically they're not taking anything. Because the governor of Massachusetts was like, there is no clawback. We will not be charging interest on this if you got money and you didn't qualify, and we're not going to be taking it out of your paychecks or whatever. So on one hand, technically speaking, like they've already said you don't have to pay it back, but also they're not getting rid of it. It's like, I'm not accruing interest on it. It's just a number that is there. So in one way, it's like, well, it's a moot point. There's not a fight here, but they're not getting rid of it, which means at some point, if the government does decide to go back and be like, no, we want that back now, then I might have to pay it with interest. So that's like, literally, that's why I'm fighting. It's just because there's a number at all. The governor's already said like, no. There was a lot of crazy confusion. We're not going to punish people for this. But the organization's not fixing any of their things. So I don't know. Again, here's the goofy thing. I'm kind of used to this. I was in the military for 6 years. 4 of those years I got audited. And I asked them about it, and it's because they're like, well, you know, sometimes if we don't trust the employer, we audit their numbers. wasn't the government. My employer was the federal government. So basically the state IRS has told me that they do not trust the federal government. And I kept dealing with audits. One of the times I got audited, I was overseas. And they were like, well, we sent this letter to your address. Which address? Oh, the address back stateside. I don't live there. What are you talking about? I'm deployed. Like, oh, well, you didn't respond in time, so you failed this audit. We've now determined you owe us this amount of money. So as far as I'm concerned, I've also already overpaid my state taxes by about $8,000. Because they just kept auditing me and be like, all right, we determined you owe us another $1,200. You owe us $1,400. My fucking Massachusetts system is fucked. Like, every fucking bureaucrat in the system probably needs to be fired because they're all too stupid to get it handled. Either that or they just hate the military. And if they see that you're a vet or anything, they just want to punish you. Maybe that's why no one's working with me. I don't know. I fucking hate the system. I've gotten so used to getting reamed over the years by the Massachusetts system. It's fucking infuriating. Oh, hell yeah. Urzrun knows my suffering. Yeah, no, like I said, it sounds like a scam, but it's their official website and stuff. It's not like someone's called me or anything like that. This is all, trust me, it's all an official thing. It's just Massachusetts sucks. All right. Build farm plot. I want to get a 4x4 if I can. I might have to settle for a 3x3. I just want to make sure I get food going before people start dying. I'll do it over there. I'll see what I can grow in these above ground plots for now. They're just going to have to be where they are. Just going to have to lie where they do. So this guy, he is the woodcutter, right? Admiral Wiley, is that the guy I put out here? Yes. So I should probably start having a wood like he's going to be living for now in the wood stockpile area. Yeah, dude, it's I swear to God. Like I've said it before, I like Massachusetts and stuff, but the bureaucracy system is so fucked that if it wasn't like for the heat and shit like that, I'd probably just live in Texas again. Texas is just a way easier place to live in, and you're not having to constantly like look over your shoulder. Basically, I feel like I've always got a target on my back every year from my fucking state, which is stupid. All right, water buffalo and yak can go over there. Drink is getting kind of low. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to get this going. Apparently, I'm going to be growing bloated tubers, which I am fine with this. As a matter of fact, hold on. Build workshop. Not crafts dwarf, still. Build workshop. Probably also need a crafts dwarf. Get a crafts dwarf out here. Put him over here for now. So I haven't started doing a proper separation of areas, but I'm going to start setting this up as people kind of live near where their jobs are. We don't need like a centralized living floor or anything. We're going to start splitting people up, and this is my first step to getting that done. I'd probably actually rather them be completely like contained, but this is what we're going to go with for now. We know for a fact that I'm going to need some way over to the magma, and or it's going to need to be safe. So which is the one that's above it? This is what's above it. I don't like those floors. Those floors are weird. Build construction floor. Let's build a floor above the magma. Call it a day here. Build that there. And I have coffee. All right, this is now the volcano in the middle of Java. And this is where we're going to build. That's good to know. I'm house apartment hunting right now in Rhode Island. Dude, my family used to live in New Hampshire for a bit and shit too. Like I said, I swear every other state's just better. The main reason why I'm going to be sticking here is because for the VA system, the VA medical system at the very least is the best in Massachusetts. The VA, weird side thing, if it is not known, the VA has their limitations. Surprise. But the VA knows they have their limitations. So if there's something that they can't do at their medical facility, they'll be like, we're going to send you to this specialist. And this specialist is going to help you because we cannot. Neato. And if you are told to go do that by the VA, it means the VA covers it. It's part of the VA medical thing if you get any VA medical. That means, as a side thing, if you live in Massachusetts, particularly anywhere around the Boston connected regions, if the VA can't handle it, you get to go to any of those Boston hospitals. You know, those famous ones worldwide and in TV shows and shit. So if you want to essentially be able to tap into the good hospitals for free, means you got to live in Massachusetts. It kind of blows. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Just so you know, Ohio is almost as bad. Guy I knew had a Purple Heart from jumping on a grenade and surviving in either the Korean or Vietnam War. They had to do surgery on him 3 times over his life to remove shrapnel from his heart. Jesus. See, like I said, I have a thing going through right now with my ratings and the VA and stuff like that and what does or does not qualify. But like, the VA doesn't know what's going on. There was a mad delay at some part of it because the VA was like, okay, well, we want to see how you work normally. Like, you know, we have reports from some of the things you've done at school and whether or not you've yelled at your teachers and stuff like that. So, like other things, you know, deployment issues, we'll say, so on and so forth. And they're like, all right, well, you know, we want to talk to your work. We see that you collect a paycheck, you file taxes. Okay. Construction wall. Like, all right, so here's this letter and we want your boss to fill this out. So it's like, oh, I don't have a boss. They're like, no. You get money. So have the guy who tells you what to do for how you get money to fill this out. I go, I don't get a W-2. I get a 1099 MISC. I go, I collect royalties from streaming. If any of you didn't know that, by the way, taxation-wise, if you guys donate, you do a sub, whatever, that all kind of gets collected into a pool, and then that gets sent to me, and it's essentially categorized as royalties. So it's like, I don't have a boss. I'm like, all right, well, who are you collecting royalties from? Twitch. They go, all right, send a letter to Twitch, and we'll have your manager at Twitch tell us how you work. So literally, like, we came to a standstill as I was trying to be like, I don't have a manager at Twitch. I'm not a partner. Like, I'm an affiliate. I literally filled out one automated document. No one at Twitch knows who the fuck I am. And they're like, well, how can no one know who you are? So there's like this weird technological bump of dealing with the VA. I told them, like, basically, I was like, just go look at any of my streams. Like, you want to see me, like, start getting angry for no reason or just go on a fucking random tirade for 40 minutes and lose track of what I was doing? Shit like that. I was like, I've got tons of video evidence of all of that. You can see it yourself. And they were like, no. We want to see the guy who's in charge of you. Like, no one's in charge of me. I'm like, I'm technically self-employed. Like, oh, well, you don't file the taxes as like you collect royalties from a different company. It's a fucking pain. They kept trying to tell him that he owed them almost $5 million in medical debt. Holy crap. Royal my ass. Give me base. Yeah, exactly. So I did. The funny thing is I did. I sent them what I could Google as the contact information for Twitch. And at some point they gave me an update and they were like, oh, we never heard back from them. And I was like, well, I understand why. Why is the VA sending essentially headquarters? Krobin, thank you for the subs. Why is the VA essentially sending Twitch headquarters paper being like, tell us how this one streamer works? We want to see how mentally sound he is, essentially. I'm like, dude, no one there knows me. So at least them, like the Massachusetts thing, I would almost state as like malicious incompetence. The VA thing is just, they're just not updated with the times. If you think someone in the VA, you're not necessarily going to think streamer yet. You know, it's a recent thing. So I could see that. All right, this is where I need to be. I think it's right here. Yeah. Wrong button. I'm just doing this so I can have a safe way to get access to the magma. This isn't really part of anything legit. I just wanted to have an internal access. But of course, for part of that is it almost ends up like a game of chicken. Because when you do any of that, like on the VA website, when you're in it, they'll give you an update. Like, all right, we requested this, we received this, we requested that, we've received that. And they have a timer on it. They're like, all right, if you don't do this in this amount of time, it will time out. Kind of like with like the implication of if this times out, it reflects poorly on your case. So like I send them the data, I send them updates and shit, and they start the timer. And I'm like, you're not going to get anything back. And they're like, well, we set this to Twitch. We'll see if Twitch responds. Good luck. And then Twitch doesn't respond. And they're like, well, no one responded. All right, we're going to move on from this now? So I keep checking them like every single day. Mods are your manager. Give them our contact info. Why do we tell them to do push-ups? Does that count? Just get everyone who sends you money to fill out jobs out. Yeah. Well, part of the problem, like, as stupid and as personal as it sounds, one of the genuine things that's like part of this thing for like a raising of category and shit like that is like whenever I have stomach issues, because that has arisen from the military. I honestly have a percentage. I have a disability rating, and part of that is because of intestinal damage or whatever you want to call that I've occurred in the military. That's literally part of it. So like part of the thing would be, how often have I not shown up to work due to stomach issues? Again, glossing over the specifics of everything. There have been quite a few times where I've said 30 minutes before stream, guys, I'm not making it today. I'm locked in my bathroom. But no one at Twitch is going to know why I didn't stream that day. They're not even going to notice that I didn't stream that day. Like that's one part of it, but like you guys get what I'm saying. It's like, so like you're joking about it, but you would honestly be a better representative of what I'm trying to say to VA than any manager at Twitch would be. All right, no one's building anymore. Oh, they haven't even dug this out, I just realized. Probably don't want them building anymore. Hold on. If they... Oh, that's why. They filled in this one wall, now they can't reach. Until this tunnel gets done, we're screwed. All right. We're going to do an emergency narrowing of the main artery here to double the time that he connects these two parts. Wash a ketchup bottle and use it for water to freak out the new people. That would be amazing. Wait, we were joking? You get what I'm saying? What do you mean by this? It's just so everything is just so fucking clusterfuck. I don't, like I said, I won't go into specifics of it, but then there's also the lawyers and stuff with the death in the family. There always is. At this point, this has happened so many damn times. It's just tiring. All right, that is gone. They never brought the wood in, which I find disturbing. Now, the farm is growing things. I need to make wood pots. I need pot if I want beer. Known fact. We're down to 20 drinks. Oof. I better turn fishing back on. We don't actually have a food source going. That one dude who was fishing, he was probably getting close to saving us. We're going to turn fishing back on for him. Build, workshop, fishery. I'm going to build it here, see if it works. We might have to create a part of that house out here for the fishers, too. We got shells, so someone was eating something. They can fish wherever they want to, though, as long as he does the fishing. And we have another honey badger on the map trying to get ready to mess with us. We'll have to keep an eye out for him. Yay! But yeah, no. So it's, I think, where did I end up dropping off a Dwarf Fortress? 2-3 months? I got some catching up to do. There have been a lot of Dwarf Fortress updates, and I never addressed on any of them. Fish are good if we can catch them. Which kind of means in terms of, we'll say, internet momentum, I've slowed down a lot. Which is never really the best thing to be doing. All right, we have a fish cleaner to help. So I think that's what he's doing now. Are you fishing? Please tell me you're fishing. He is fishing. All right, if he is fishing there, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a giant food stockpile here. And I'm going to only allow fish and unprepared fish. This way he doesn't bring it anywhere. He just drops it. And we'll see how well that does. Because I'd rather save him travel time. All right, so this dude is completely encased. You are not, which I know is going to make you sad, Cell. But we're going to have to do with what we can. Brew drink from plants on repeat. Because at this point, I'm honestly more worried about that than anything else. We got the one bloated tuber.
Some migrants have arrived.
We've gotten migrants. We're going to let them come in, and then I'll open up the floodgate for migrations again. And more of you can get dwarfed. Let's see what we have so far. We went from 7 to 10. All right, looks like we got 3 whole migrants. I really need that to give me back something that says it's worked or not. I suspect it's worked, so 3 more of you can get dwarf now. Clearly it did work. Let's do a giant gather plant thing across the map. Across where we are on the map. So we can get some more food. Dwarf 1 for Sub-Officer Dakin. Sub-Officer Dakin the first. He almost could do it without the first. All right. Sub-Officer Dakin the first. Dwarf 3 for Azrakhan. That'd be an odd number. Azrakhan the first. Commit that through. And then that would leave Casey James Rausch. I'm not going to be able to fit in your first name. Hold on. Casey James Rausch the first. His name fits in? almost without the first. We're short by 1. I'm going to take out the E. Jesus! That fucking honey badger. Is he dead yet? He is not dead yet. S.A. Kill the honey badger. Send forth the military. Our drinks have gone up. And fish, I think, is what's saving us for food. All right, so we got low, but we didn't get bad. And now we have bloated tubers on the menu again. I'm going to tell them to follow in the left one. If we only have bloated tubers, put them all into one farm first. Can I be made cook, please? I don't necessarily see why not. Hold on. If I sort you by profession, we can see what the game thinks you are. So many people trying to do wood. Sub-Officer Dakin, your jobs are cheese making and furnace operating. That sounds like a cook to me. Who else just got dwarfed? Azrakhan, you're just a dirty peasant. And Casey James Roche, you are a almost legendary woodcrafter who does brewing. So I'm going to turn off brewing from Admiral Wiley because I don't think you're going to woodcraft for a minute. And then we'll turn off cooking from Admiral Wiley and we'll put that on Sub-Officer Dakin, who also has cheese making and furnace operating, which I don't suspect is going to be interrupting this at all. I'm just going to commit that through for right now. Like I said, it'll take a little bit probably to we actually have a proper cooking thing going so you can actually do that job. But we will get there. Now, one of these is signed to the wrong person. I think Admiral Wiley was already outside, didn't he? Yeah, Admiral Wiley's trying to double dip on beds. What an ass. We'll get this Sub-Officer Dakin, and we'll order 2 more beds made. And by 2, I mean 5. Azrakhan wants to be in the military, and Admiral Wiley wants his dwarf's description. Azrakhan wants to be in the military. Azrakhan, you're in the military. And Admiral Wiley wants his dwarven description. Admiral Wiley. Admiral Riley recently thought I finished up some work. That was very satisfying because he felt satisfied while at work. Admiral Wiley is flimsy and really susceptible to disease. Admiral Wiley likes saltpeter, bronze, blue garnet, crystal glass, goat horn chameleon tooth, the color cream, crossbows, cabinets, ballista arrows, but not bolts, the sound of the festive wisps, and the sight of the intricacies of glimmering. When possible, Admiral Wiley prefers to consume giant tick and strawberry wine. He absolutely detests oysters. He has an iron will, but he has a shortage of patience. He dreams of mastering a skill someday. If you like consuming giant tick, does that mean like it would be filled with blood first? Like, is that what you like? You like them when they're filled with blood? Are you part of the Morbius sweep? Prefers his arrows in Grande. I suspect Admiral Wiley is part of the Morbius sweep. We must all step aside, for he knows true movies. If none of you do know, Morbius is a movie that came out, and apparently it's kind of dull and sucks. I haven't watched it at all, but you may notice that it didn't break any records, though it did have a relatively high budget as far as I'm aware. And yeah, no, it didn't do good. It's supposed to be about him being a vampire, but they didn't quite get that right too at all. I want to cut down some rambutan trees. We had to track down rambutan in this list. I wish if we had the auto tree thingy, if we could tell him which tree to cut down. I'm wanting rambutan to make this match right. Orange cream, finger lime. Well, if we have orange, oh, no, that's just an orange tree. I thought it was an orange cream tree for some reason. Cashew tree. Olive tree. Olive tree. There's rambutan. They had the red leaves. Don't worry, rambutan. I found you. Still haven't pulled all the wood in, which I find obnoxious, but it is what it is. Rambutan. What's it? What would you pronounce it? Because I heard the word rambutan in China as part of a commercial. You're the dwarven description. You're in the military. I have pushes. That's going to be coming up soon. Hold on. Pronounce. Because it agreed with me about how to pronounce Remulade. Rambutan. Pronounce.
Rambutan.
Rambutan. But it's got an A.
Rambutan. Rambutan. Rambutan.
Though to be fair, that's the American pronunciation. Where's rambutan from?
Rambutan.
British. There you go. I'm saying it the proper British way, apparently.
Rambutan.
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 Thank you, Google, with your option for British pronunciations. Thank you. Thank you. Clearly, that is the correct way to pronounce it. Rambutan. I just got to remember that from here on out. Every time I read it, it's Rambutan. Because that's not an obnoxious way to read things. Rasputin likes Rambutan. Where is it from, actually? Like, if it's an American thing, then technically it would be rambutan. If it's an American tree. I just don't know where this thing is from. Actually, it's a plant. No, it is a tree. We just cut it down. Obviously, it's a tree. Rambutan. Where is from? Rambutan, also spelled rambutan, 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 or rambustan. Nephelium lipaceum, tree of the soapberry family. It is native to Malaysia, where it's commonly cultivated for its tasty fruit called rambutan. That means Britain found it first. So that's how you pronounce it. It's rambutan. I like how in my selection for pronunciations, it didn't say Malaysian or anything like that. It literally just said American or British. Rah, rah, rambutan. Rambutans. I don't know. You guys are always saying I'm pronouncing it wrong. The internet always agrees with me. Where do we get a watermelon from? Let's make some booze out of that. We can't make it. It's not a fruit? What is a watermelon if not a fruit? Mat producing leaf, mat producing plant. Watermelon. Find a way to do the watermelon. Cancels eat, can't access the item. Well, someone's eating a watermelon. What are you doing? Eat the watermelon. Oh, he wants to put it in the damn barrel, and the guy's carrying the barrel around. Did you put that in a barrel in a thing that wasn't for storing food? Oh my God, you guys are dumb. We have watermelons, though. Edible raw and cooked. Well, if you cook it, then you can't do anything with it. So, no. 5 more put. You guys are stacking them up. I think I'm due 1, 2, 3, save at 7. 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 3, save at 7. 1, 2, 3, save at 4. 4, 5, 6, save at 7. Yeah, all right. So I'm due for pushes here soon. We'll be getting ready for them. We must prepare ourselves. All right, up above. All right, we don't have to worry about the trees or anything in areas where we don't have a base below it. The real issue is I probably should have had an area where I had 2 different things. Build, construction, floor. Rambutan? 1. Ugh, cut down the trees. They're doing this so slow. Well, if nothing else, the bloated tubers are getting planted like crazy. I don't know if we have enough going right now to be self-sustainable, though. We do need to start mining. Now, there was a point where I was going to have a secondary door down here because of how smooth the wall was. And this is 2 from below where I was before. So we're going to do the same thing. And this is probably going to be more for the miners. So I'm going to do the same thing as above for the first 2 rooms. Where it's a, what, 6 by 9? 6x9. And then afterwards, we'll start splitting that up into other rooms. So here will be our 6x9. If I did it right, which I'm not going to. No, 6x9. Put it across. What am I doing? That was weird. There we go. And then like before, we'll only bring it out this far and then force a split. The last split was to the right. So this one, I'm going to make the split that goes up be to the left. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but that way we can alternate sort of a thing. Now, my thought is if this is stone, right? Obsidian. Oh, we have loam there. Okay, it's not all stone. But say, how am I earning a stone layer if I never had an aquifer? But apparently, not my problem. It's just been me. I have woodcrafts with no statue option to spend on yet. Gotcha. There's your save. Okay. And perhaps Sherlock Holmes will tell us what was the point of the Harry Potter movie. Explain the plot to me. I don't understand it. All right, push-ups. There you go. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but Sherlock Holmes said there was no plot to that movie. It made no sense. And we're going to trust him. I'm actually surprised the game's gone this slow. It's been this long to get to a save point? No, I must have missed one earlier, not noticed. Why have we lost the audio, though? Why did this season not get music? I'm probably going to have to, between streams, drop this and like have it redo all the sound pack because I don't think it did the config right. I don't think it did the configurations at all. All right. We're going to need more doors. We're going to need more beds. And I'll mark these as complete. Boop, boop. Now, well, it'll be in 30 minutes. About 30 minutes, I'll put a break in the recording. Now, for those of you who are tuning into this, and, you know, we've been off for a while, well, essentially off of Dwarf Fortress. For those of you that care or don't care, maybe, perhaps, I'm doing a slight change to the schedules. We're doing some experimentation. We're going to see what ends up working. But for now, what it's looking like is Saturdays, as usual, Dwarf Fortress. The date is not changing. However, I'm going to be reducing the time from 8 down to 6 hours, right? Then on Mondays is going to be whatever the themed game is, whatever is the big project I'm working through that's not Dwarf Fortress. That'll also be reduced from 8 down to 6 hours. But I'm going to see if I can get in another day, do 6 hours on that day, and that'll give me time to do other games and to be like, actually explore this or that. Because what ends up happening is something will attract my attention and I'll bump off to a new project. And then I won't ever finish what the original major project was, particularly if it's a really long game. But if I'm doing, because on Mondays I was doing like 8 to 12 hours. So we're getting like 20 hours. Especially by the ends of the streams, I was just a rambling mess and nothing ever made sense. So I don't have the third day necessarily pinned in yet. It might end up being like a Wednesday or something again. I don't know. I'll end up working that out. And we can use that as an actual variable day. So I can do one-off games or test this, test that, and, you know, just have fun with it. Oh no, we don't have a caravan thing. I don't even have a place to put you. This is my fault for forgetting you existed. Build depot. You have to have a roof. Where is your roof? There you go. Trade depot up there. Figure it out. If you can make it, then we have a trade depot. And this is accessible from inside. This will probably need to get tweaked so that this actually connects to the mining thing, not these. We figured that out later. Now, the floor in here is obsidian until it goes to silt, but it looks the exact same. No, it looks smoother. I see it. All right. But we are essentially in the stone layers. So the dwarves that we have that can smooth, I'm going to tell them to start smoothing. I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. Ah, you look like you're dying to fricking honey badgers. What do you want from us? Be it drink, plow, hook, more booze, yet more booze. You want booze, don't you? Where's the booze? Where's the booze? Also, blueberries and raspberries. I think they grow here. They're going to be great to grow here. There's the drinks. That's it. I want blueberries, raspberries, drinks. The rest of the food I'll figure out later. If not tombs, are we going to be able to... Yeah, you're going to be able to request rooms and stuff like that. Okay, so no. Tombs are going to be back. I just don't have access to the areas where we can do tombs yet. Rooms, on the other hand, I might not ever do room requests. The theme for this base is supposed to be decentralized, meaning you're going to get a room where you get a room. So I'm not going to have an area where we have, oh, this is where the bedrooms are, and this is where the suites are. Things like that might not work well. Everyone's probably going to have like semi-personalized rooms anyways. So you're essentially getting them for free. Don't think of it as like, oh, you're not getting bedrooms. You're just not having to pay for them this time. But a grave system, that will be instated once I get to a point where I have that working. Get a room. So like this area down here is where we're going to be doing most of the stone stuff. So I'm going to be building 2 beds down here or more. Oh, why do we have so many beds? And this is where I'm going to start moving the miners and stuff down to. That does nothing and it should not be on. That one was for like when I was doing TF2 streams and stuff and I got caught up in the what turns on. Class do I play as? It is now off. Not applicable. Poopy. All right. How do I have a necromancer already? Well, I know where we're gonna get attacked from. How many miner? Who's in mining? Domine right now. Domine and Eldritch. You guys get moved down here. Actually, if you're by yourselves, I gotta remove that bed and build one up here. Because these are now semi, expanded, decentralized things, we can start off with bigger beds. So I'll put Domine down here in a 3x3 now. And the bed up north will go to Eldritch. That'll be a 3x3 as well. The food thing right now is still going to be centralized till I figured out how things are directly connected. Necromancer migrant? Yeah, no. It is until he sees that freaking honey badger and starts raising the honey badger bones. I do see that we have no one missing somehow or dead. We definitely killed people. Yet. We have no dead for him to give a raise. We should, but they've gone missing. All right. Maybe we should have that in the title, a decentralized approach to Dwarf Fortress. That one was just so I had access to magma. This, I don't know how long he's going to be able to fish here for. Like, I find it kind of weird that he was able to fish to begin with. I don't even know where he is now. This is still doing bloated tubers, but poorly. Because we would see more things in it, and I see one. So that probably just means we have to make more drinks. Hold on, we probably have the tubers. They've just not been turned into drinks. Wood. Let's make some more pots. Got nothing else to do with that for right now. And these people down here will start getting purged out of their rooms. We had Eldritch. Shouldn't have a bed now. Free. And the other person was... I don't know. Eldritch and Domine. Domine no longer sleeps up here either. Like I said, we'll start moving people's beds and stuff out. We'll get to the proper decentralized theme. Have we gotten rid of all the wood from over here? No. That'd have been too easy. Build construction floor. We chopped down that one tree, so I should have rambutan. Good. I wanted a nice, perfect thing of rambutan around us. Everything else, if we need to, we can cover differently. Build construction floor. What do we have lots of? I need 24 of it, which means I'm probably going to need a lot more afterwards, too. We have coffee. I'm getting obsidian. Ooh, I didn't think of that. Build workshop masons. This is why we had the mason sleeping down here. Build the mason over here. Build him out of coffee so he knows how to move. And we'll build a giant stone stockpile. We'll have the mason start working. Can we do a religion check? You're not wrong. That should have been done already. The real question is who has what religions. We're not going to get them all. And I don't remember how to check for the religions off the bat. Domine. You have one deity. All right, I'll start writing these down. One of our gods is Igul. Wait, no. I remember how to do this. Again, slightly rusty. Meeting area, assign location, add a location as a temple to... Our gods are Agoth the Barbarian, Ozod, or Osid, Assad, Baal the Future Fountain. Baal! I like Baal. I like shiny things. Little demon from Baldur's Gate 2. Baal! Baal will arise! Mondul, Thebel, Okay the Cobalt. Sounds more like an order than a god. Dostab Bunded Windy. That's a name. Dostab Budded Windy. Igul, we wrote him down at the beginning. Edrath the Jade. Now, I believe all the ones after this are just like weird little orders, right? Yeah, it says Igul. This is a god. Rakust Itchberry. Oh, what kind of horrible god you got to be if your like godly name is Itchberry? What does he do? Oh, he makes your berries itch so hard. Why does Ragul got so many damn fucking insane people? The Mighty? That's a self-named god right there. Rash. Zamirs are always a god named Rash. Id. And Nar the Fatal. Okay. Nar the Fatal does death. Should have wrote this out at the same time, but I was worried about the names. Id does minerals. Rash does murder. The mighty does the dawn encourage. Probably create a little Excel document of all this nonsense. Rakust Eachberry does death, blight, disease, and deformity. We have 2 people doing death. What if they're the same person? Edrat the Jade is money. Go figure. The Jade is the god of wealth. Egul, we love him. Fortresses, war, and chaos. Now that's a dwarven deity. If there ever was one. Fortresses, war, and chaos. Dostab is metals, craft, and nature. Metals, craft, and nature. That's kind of weird. He's like hitting the whole circle there. You'd think they'd be fighting each other. The god of nature and the god of metals. Okay, the cobalt is just mountains. If I can spell right. Man, my handwriting is garbage. Thebel is minerals, jewels, and poetry. Did we already have one that did minerals? Minerals, jewels. I guess it's the shiny things that come out of the mountains, and poetry. Mondul, another guy who does death. Holy shit, how many gods of death do we need? Baal, the future fountains, is birth. I'd have thought he'd been a god of death, quite frankly. Osod is suicide. Much different than the 3 gods of death. And Agoth is the god of thunder. I should have known that Goths bring thunder. There you go. That is what we have. E-girl. Make temple. Yep. If you'd like, you can make a special room with a bed, a chair, a table, and seal it off with a wall. Make him a manager and a bookkeeper to keep him busy. Your fort will be functionally immortal, at least as long as he has the same. This is true. As long as he doesn't do anything bad, we'll be fine. Itchberry, god of deformity. Yep. Goddamn, a fountain of birth sounds horrific. No. It's normal. Why did you suspend it? Item is blocking sight. Was it a stone that you were moving? Is that what happened? You were like, oh, there's a stone here, best not. That's exactly what it was, wasn't it? Cancels. Can't make booze anymore from fruit. That's fine. I'm just trying to keep us afloat. Lots of plants. Lots of tubers. Oh, where do we get these plants from? So we can brew rice, pendant amaranth, longling grass. Longling grass becomes beer. Rice becomes rice. I want to try to do longling grass. Oh, wait, no, you can't do that, can you? Wait, no, that one said brewed longling grass. We shouldn't need to turn it into wheat, or not wheat. Shouldn't need to mill it because it listed it. Wouldn't it have said under kitchen? It wouldn't have said longling grass. It would have said fucking no. I don't know. We're going to find out later, aren't we? Don't cook the rambutan seeds. Don't cook any of the booze. We will probably need to figure out what we do and do not want them to cook so we can start, because we're going to have an issue with bags soon. Like I hadn't even thought about the food stockpile, but that's going to get filled fast if we don't have bags for the seeds, if nothing else. We got too many damn plants going on. How is booze making? There you are. He's still going. Like he's making it. Rice plants right now. Okay. Don't forget the traders. I got nothing. I'm not forgetting them. I mean, thank you for the reminder. At some point, I probably definitely need to remember that they're there. But, well, I got nothing I can trade them. I could trade them some shells, but I never make crafts. I got to, like, make shell crafts. By the time I get them done, they're going to be gone. I don't think I have anything to trade them right now. I could trade them empty barrels just to get them off my damn map because I don't like barrels. So anything that we've emptied, we could probably trade that away. Do. Keep that, keep that, keep you. Keep my drinks. Same barrel. Yeah, that's literally all we have right now. We just have barrels of foodstuffs. But I probably should, in fact, have a craft store ready to crank out them shells. Fuck, they're already leaving. Build, workshop, craft store. Let's get one over here. Or down below. There you go. We'll have two. We'll have a craft store for something set off of this, so we can try to make crap. Boo. Actually, if I bring that in, close that off, I can bring a hallway up here to try to do the opposite if I need to. That way, half the people are on the left, half of them are going to the right to split up who's in whose way. I like it. We'll do it like an American electrical breaker. If you didn't know how circuit breakers work in America, we're not actually like 120 volt. I mean, we are, but we aren't. It's like 240 till it gets to near the houses, and then instead of being like this is 0 and this is 240, I don't know the specifics of this, but instead of being like the full thing is 240, we're assholes. So we cut it down the middle and we run those two lines out. So most things in America are 120 because it's one part of the breaker and it grounds to 0. It's 120. But anything big touches both sides of this metal bar thing. So it gets the positive 120 and the negative 120, meaning that you actually have 240. So we're 240 like the rest of the world, just we stop at the house or we stop at the plugs because the house gets 240. Things in your house get 240. We just made most of the individual plugs be 120 because fuck you, that's why. America! If you did not know. Build, workshop, craft store. Oh, earlier I had a thought. Wondering, like, we have like 3 gods of death, and I'm wondering if they're all just the same god. It's like an issue. If you're ever going to do gods or anything, if you're ever going to be DMing your own game, D&D, Pathfinder, other games, doesn't matter. If they involve gods, personally, I genuinely think that the Greek system of how a domain works is some of the best. I really prefer the Greek system. And I would suggest if anyone's going to ever be doing gods to really read the Greek mythology because they got some crazy shit. The problem is everyone just sees the Disney shit and they're just like, oh, that's how that worked. Or not, doesn't have to specifically be Disney shit, but things that are like close to like Disney mythology. And that's not how a lot of these things worked. It's not how it worked at all. We're going to make, actually, they're garbage, but let's start with some shell armor. Helm. Yeah, leggings, gauntlet, helm, and then after that, make crafts. Like, one of the big things, Disney always makes Hades evil. And a lot of people are like, oh, Hades, underground, he's fucking evil. And one, I think I've gone over this before, but he was never evil. He's not evil. He's not evil at all. He controls the dead. He's just a prison warden. That's what his domain was. That doesn't make him evil. But a lot of times the idea of why he's evil is because not Persephone. I mean, it's going to involve Persephone. Fucking Cupid, the one of lust. Not Cupid. Cupid's mother. Why can't I not remember her name right now? I keep thinking Persephone, but Persephone's the chick. Hera's the wife. Not Eros is right. Technically, I think I'm supposed to be going with Eros. I was trying to use the name that more people are familiar with. Aphrodite. Yeah, Hades is really chill. So the idea, the story, like the myth about where Hades is evil comes from when he kidnaps Persephone, right? Persephone, the goddess of plants and harvested's daughter. And Persephone means like girl or something like that. It's like a fucking simple fucking name. Aphrodite hits Hades with like a fucking arrow. And it's like, yo, look at that girl. She's pretty sexy, isn't she? And it's supposed to be like, it's the kidnapping of her and it was against her will and so on and so forth. And for the most part, that's kind of true. Just, you have to ignore that Aphrodite arrows set that up and that she can affect basically everyone with those magic arrows. And in a way, it's not really in his command. But here's the thing that gets left out of just that basic telling of the story. That he kidnapped Persephone, and then fucking her mother was like, Zeus, please get my daughter back. I'm so sad. And then Zeus goes down there, and Zeus is like, I'm going to bring her fucking back because her mother's going to kill everyone and we're all going to die. And then he's like, she ate fucking 6 pomegranate seeds, so she's stuck down here for 6 months. And then that's supposed to be where the seasons come from. Here's the issue. I'm not saying that story is wrong. It's like just half the story. First of all, there's like 3 different versions of that story. And in some of them, someone ratted out Persephone and she fucking murks them for doing that. Let's just address that. Persephone's not innocent. And like a couple of the versions of that story, Persephone, like, it's not that like Hades doesn't go, she ate 6 pomegranate seeds. It's Hades like, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm sorry for causing a problem. And she was going to be leaving. And then like a fucking little elemental girl, some fucking nature like creature thing, like a fucking sprite or something is like, didn't you eat 6 seeds? You don't get to leave. And then Hades is like, oh, and they got a point. You can't leave if you ate the 6 seeds. That's like 6 fucking months. So then Persephone's like, all right, I guess I'm here for 6 months and you are now my bitch. Let's be clear. Persephone's not innocent. It's always just like, oh, he kidnapped an innocent girl. Ooh, go. No, she's not innocent. Like the majority of the stories. There's one telling where she comes off sounding completely innocent. 1. And 2, she's only called Persephone when she's above ground, when she is the innocent daughter of the goddess of like the harvest and shit like that. That's the only time she's called Persephone. She's called something different when she's in Hades. Her name is something like the Queen of Hell or some shit. Like if you look up her other name, there's a completely different listing for her personality. Like she genuinely has I act nice in front of mommy and daddy, and as soon as I'm out the house, I reveal that I'm like wearing a stripper outfit and all like my regular clothing was just to keep mommy happy. She has a completely different personality as the Queen of Hades. As the Queen of Hell, to such a degree that no one wanted to say Hades' name. The reason why he has a bad thing is no one wanted to say Hades' name, because if you said his name, you could get his attention, and it might make him realize that you were kind of already supposed to be dead, but just didn't come down yet. Like the whole idea was like, don't talk about the Grim Reaper. You're only tempting fate because you'll make the Grim Reaper notice that you're still here. That's kind of the idea. She was part of it. That's why Persephone's the famous name and her other name's not famous, because everyone would just call her like the unnamed queen. They didn't say her other name a lot because saying her name under the domain of like the Queen of Hell was the same as saying Hades' name, i.e., don't remind the 2 rulers of the afterlife that you might supposed to be dead. Just don't say their name. Like it was like a little slight taboo. Like you're tempting fate. Break a leg, don't say Hamlet. It's like one of those things. She has a completely different name, and under her other name, she has a completely different personality set where she's the queen. She's done up as like the ruler of hell. She comes up with weird fucking shit too if you want to get someone dead out of the afterlife. Persephone did a couple of that. It's not just like Hades like, if you turn around, they turn to salt and they're dead forever. No, she did that too. Where did Don't Say Hamlet come from? I don't know. I don't know enough about plays. I just know that that's a thing. You're supposed to call it like the Scottish play or something like that. It's supposed to be that if you say it, it's bad luck to the actors and they could get injured and died, because supposedly, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't know much about that one. But to my initial point. The reason why I brought this up, we got 3 gods of death. I'm genuinely wondering if some of these are just not like the same god, but a different aspect of the god. Like one of them's the god of accidental death, and one of them's the god of fucking ironic death, and one of them's the god of death that you fucking had coming, you know it. Like, I'm wondering if that's what it's about. Oh yeah, Macbeth, whatever, I was close.
I fished all the fish there are. There's no more fish.
Sorry, Macbeth. Don't say Macbeth. But no, seriously, if any of you are ever going to be DMing and you want to come up with like your own mythology or whatever, or just figure out how to role play like the deities that are in whatever game you're doing, for the most part, like the way they did it in the Greek made sense. It just, a lot of people gloss over it because like, oh, they sing it like the way Disney did it. And Disney did it really simple. The way the Greeks did it, the gods were as much a slave to their fucking domains as they were the masters of it. Whatever your domain was, that's what your restriction was. That is, you cannot violate that domain, because violating that domain is violating yourself. You are the domain. It's really useful. And then if you want to actually tweak it so that someone's like going against the domain, to my initial point, that's when you start being like, no. I'm not like, oh, I thought you were nice. I'm not Persephone. This is the winter months. I'm whatever the fuck her name was when she's in hell. Macbeth. There's a god of holy shit. How are you still alive? You have an arrow in your head. There was, wasn't there? Sukun. Macbeth. Yeah, no, I don't remember what her fucking other name was. Hold on, maybe I can quickly Google that. Persephone's other name. Not Cora, which is actually supposed to be her real name. Yeah, Persephone's genuine name is Cora. K-O-R-E or K-O-R-A, and it means the maiden. That's what that's supposed to be. Demeter, that's her mother. Hold on. It is saving time, so we have more push. What is Persephone's other name? All right, we got this. I don't have the thing up. I'm assuming I've got it lit. I'm assuming we're on the right camera. There we go. Boop. And I think we're over 3 hours too. What is the fucking other name? Problem is, you type it in her name, you're going to get the myth of her, not necessarily the secondary version of her. I'm going to have to track it down. There is another one. I spent years on this shit. I had to keep doing, even as a business major, I had to do humanities. So for some reason, one of the humanities that classified was just Roman and Greek things. So that's literally, those are the 3 tenets of my education: was business, Greek and Roman mythology, and World War II. those are the 3 tent pegs of my education. And the World War II things came from a video game. All right, hold on real quick. What are we at? We're at the 3 hours. So I'm going to end the recording now, because we're going from 8 to 6, so 4 to 3 to split it in half, because I don't want too big of a file. So for those of you on the YouTube archives, thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys next time.